Okay, so let's talk about intro paragraphs, and this is maybe this is for Tori because she's not here. Tell her to look up the YouTube. I'll try to have it posted. So let's talk about intro paragraphs, and we're only going to talk about intro paragraphs today. And what? That's not what I meant. We're only going to talk about how I want you to write intro paragraphs for this first essay. They'll grow a little bit, but we're just going to do a pretty simple intro paragraph. Okay, so your intro paragraph is going to be 4 sentences long. So we'll do some intros here. Intro paragraph will be 4 sentences long. The first sentence of an intro paragraph is going to be your attention getter. Okay, your attention getter. And let me write that down. We can talk a little bit about that. Your attention getter. This is where you get your audiences, me, mine. So you get my attention. You draw me in. You say something that makes me want to continue reading and not kill myself while I'm trying to grade 70 of these essays. Do not address me directly. That would be the worst attention getter. A couple neat examples of attention getters, and I'll show you one today. We're actually going to read Keisha's. A neat example of attention getter is like a quote. You can use a quote, and make sure it's like a relevant quote. It can't just be like, oh, here's one of my favorite lyrics from Sum 41 or whatever from Taylor Swift. Here's a wonderful Taylor Swift lyric. Like that has nothing to do with Marxism. Don't do that. I had a friend in college that started every single one of their papers with a Simpsons quote. That was relevant. And Simpsons has done everything. Like, you can find a Simpsons quote about everything. And he's like, that's it. 4 years of Simpsons quotes. Every single English paper started with that. So quote would be cool. You could maybe look up, like, since we're doing Animal Farm, like look up a Marx quote or a German author quote or a George Orwell quote. Keisha Lewis, which you're not allowed to do this, she quoted the Urban Dictionary definition of Marxism. And that was really sweet. So, okay, so your first sentence is an attention getter. You can use a quote. You could ask a rhetorical question. Like that would be sort of engaging, a rhetorical question that makes me contemplate Marxism as I'm venturing into the throes of your paper. Oh my gosh, this sounds so interesting with such rhetoric. I'm not a huge fan of definitions. I think there was a time where you could start off a paper with a definition. You'd be like, Marxism, and then you'd define it, and then you'd get into the rest of the paragraph. That's meh, okay. I wouldn't do that if I were you. So essentially, you're just trying to construct a sentence that grabs me and makes me want to read. Cool? Okay, the second sentence that I would like you to write, or in your intro, is I'd like you to, you're going to write a sentence and you're going to talk about the universal importance of the prompt. Okay? The universal importance of the prompt. Sorry that my handwriting is so bad, guys.
It's actually really good.
Boom, there's the universal importance of the prompt. So this is a sentence where you're going to talk about why the elements of the prompt, worldview is mainly your element, why that's important. Like, why is it important to know worldview? Does that make sense? So first sentence, you get someone's attention. Second sentence, you talk about the importance of the prompt in a universal level. Third sentence. Your third sentence is going to be the specific importance of the prompt. Specific. Yeah, that's still disgusting. Look at this tea.
It's beautiful.
It's This A looks like a U. Let's fix that. Zink. There you go.
You should get a fine point stylus.
I don't think they make those yet. I know they should.
Can you use one from like a DS or something? I tried
No,
that.
it's a certain.
It's a certain, like, this has to feel like the tip of a finger.
Yeah, it has to be like finger skin.
Yeah.
Then tear your finger skin off.
That's what I told my dad. I was like, never mind. I'm not gonna repeat what I said.
Carly, what'd you tell your dad? Tell everyone. All right, so your third sentence is why the prompt is important in light of the story. It's like, why is it important to know about Marxism when you're reading Animal Farm? Yeah, because it's Marxist. Imagine reading Life of Pi and not knowing what postmodernism is. Already you get to the end of that story. Yeah, right, okay, so imagine back to the summer. You get to the end of the story and you go, what the crap was that all about? Right? But now that you know postmodernism, you go, oh, I understand why Jan Martel did that. Jan Martel is constructing two narratives that could be equally true. No one can tell the difference, and so you have to accept both contradictory narratives as truth. So you understand why he did that once you learn postmodernism, right? Okay, so you're going to specifically tell me why it's important to know worldview when reading Animal Farm. Any questions? Those are kind of goofy. Please note. Yeah. Yeah. And then the fourth sentence, which you've already constructed for me, is your thesis. Please end your topic, your intro paragraph with your thesis. So it's pretty small, not as formulaic as the rest of the paragraphs. Any questions regarding this stuff? No? It's kind of like this. Look at this. It's kind of like your it's like you're narrowing your topic down. Like your attention getter's up here, and then you're now talking about worldview, now you're talking about Animal Farm, and now you're at your thesis, and you've just narrowed this topic down into your thesis. It's all about narrowing. On the other hand, your outro is about, just to make this all symmetrical, is about expanding. You're coming out of a restatement of your thesis statement, so on and so forth, to a grand question.